Okay. Well, I was just what I was reading.
Go ahead.
They still want to try to do the Joker movie origin story.
No.
They're like really trying to do that.
They're trying to push Harley Quinn and the Joker like really hard. Well, they got like 3 movies. They got 3 movies with Harley Quinn, and they got like 3 movies with the Joker. We don't need that many movies with both those characters in it. Well, I'm going to say it like this. Right now, we don't need that stuff because DCEU is not like DC right now. Isn't I don't want to say good enough. I'm going to say it's not solid enough.
Yeah, they're still molding themselves.
Yeah. It's not solid enough to be trying to make all these movies.
They said that the movie may deal with the clown prince of crime's early days as a failed comedian.
No, do not know. I don't mind them having an origin story for it, and this is kind of how I feel about it. They don't need to do it.
Yeah. No,
if they're going to have, I'm picking my nose. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yep.
If they're going to have a Joker movie like that, don't let it be a standalone. Let it be Joker and the Batman. Because they keep talking about they want a Batman movie. Yep. Let that be their movie.
Yeah, I just saw that too. There was a separate Batman movie that was untitled, and there was a Joker Harley Quinn movie, and then there was just a Joker origin story movie. Why have all 3 of them? Get one to cover the Joker / the Batman. And then if you need a Harley Joker one, do that much later. But I think they want to hit it while it's fresh. And before Jared Leto gets into any other stuff or Margot Robbie gets into any other stuff with other commitments. But, I mean, we're talking, 2020, 2021. I just don't see it really happening.
They right now they're doing too much.
They're trying to go off what they saw or what they did in Suicide Squad.
Which,
okay, they make a good team. Let's give them a solo. Let's put them together.
They're trying to do like what they did. Suicide Squad did this. It made bad guys look good. And Harley Quinn is one of those characters. She's a bad guy, but she kind of sometimes she's not necessarily good, but she's kind of an anti-hero too, which is why the Suicide Squad used to be bad guys. Now they're more like anti-heroes. The way DC has set them up.
Yeah.
And they're trying to like play that. And it's like, okay, that's good, but you're like forcing it. You need to figure out, like right now they say that people saying the DCEU is in trouble. From the movies that we've got, yeah, they had their share of problems. I actually like them. I don't think there was any one of them in a DCEU to this day I didn't like. I like them all. But if you're going to plan all this stuff ahead, because I'm not going to say they're trying to be like Marvel. No, because DC came out first anyway.
They ran their series much differently.
Yes.
Because we still got, just talking in the Justice League movie, you still got an Aquaman movie yet to show up. You've got... what's the other one? Flashpoint. Well, no, that's going to be a separate entity altogether. Another Batman movie to tie him in. You've got
and I think the biggest problem is DC is stretching itself too thin. They're trying to do all of this stuff, and then not only are they making movies for the DCEU, they're making movies not for the DCEU. It's like, what are you doing?
They said that if they do make it, I think it's
gonna be like a standalone.
It's going to be completely removed from that. And
it's like, why?
Scorsese is going to be producing
don't
crime thriller 1980s Gotham City.
They don't need to be doing that. If they're gonna if they're gonna do something like that, do like what they did with like Gotham. So make it like a television series, but put all that talent, money, resources, and effort into fixing the DCEU.
Yeah, well, it says they were going to go away from the expanded universe anyway. They're trying to get away from it.
They don't need to, because they've set it up. Go with it, because all you're doing is you building up something, and you're just gonna like try. You're instead of actually fitting. Like this is why I go back to Marvel. You don't see Marvel making standalone movies that ain't got nothing to do with the DCEU. I mean, with the MCU. That's dumb. That you're taking away from a product that you built. And like I said, I know people don't like the darker tone. A lot of people don't like the darker tone of the DCEU. I like it because if you read Batman, a lot of people die in Batman. Batman stories ain't lighthearted.
Yeah, the Marvel world is the lighty, spunky, happy world. With some
more like tune for like families and kids and stuff.
Yeah, DC has always been a darker, grittier, much more rough neighborhood comic series. And most of their comics, it's always something. Superman's like their goody goody boy.
Yes,
but most of the rest of their characters are definitely not.
Yeah, because like one of the criticisms people gave Batman v Superman was Batman was killing people. I'm like, I don't care. Batman, this is a version of Batman I like because he don't have a strength. He like, okay, these guys are bad, so I'm going to punish the bad guys. I like to see that. If I want to see a more toned down Batman, I'll watch the animated series. Not every version of Batman is going to be like, I just beat the crap out of you, and that's it. Because think about it. How well was the reception for the Flashpoint Batman, where Batman actually killed bad guys?
That's coming out anyway. I just saw notes about Flashpoint.
Yeah, everybody liked that.
Flashpoint. In fact, actually, there was an update on IO9 here recently about Flashpoint getting definitely building it up and getting ready to come out probably 2019, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be interesting. From your description, I was like, man, that'd be really cool. And boom, they're talking about doing it.
See, and this is my thing with Flashpoint. I don't think Flashpoint should have been the first Flash movie. I should have been like the second. I think it should have been like the second one because they haven't like built up the Flash yet, like his world and stuff yet.
He doesn't really exist aside from just being seen briefly
in just
the last movie.
I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I want to see like his life.
So in Flashpoint, they got him already a superhero or whatever.
No, I mean he's already a superhero in Flashpoint. Like you don't see like
a lot of things change in Flashpoint.
Yeah, in the Flash, he's like the superhero of Central City. Like you're not gonna see his like the stuff that he has to deal with. Like in Man of Steel, you saw how his life was, what he had to deal with. Batman v Superman, you saw what Batman had to deal with on certain things. Wonder Woman, you saw her life. Flashpoint, you're not gonna probably see his. You're gonna see a result of something he's gonna do.
Yeah, you're gonna see an already change the world. That's the catch. You're not building that character. You have no background into him whatsoever. You're going to walk right into an established character.
Yeah. And it's going to be and I think because it's a really big event. His first movie is going to be a really big event. And it's like, and this is like one of those like reality altering ones. So it's like, give him a first movie first before you do that.
Well, he was supposed to do there was supposed to be an Aquaman, Shazam, and then a Flash/Cyborg movie,
which I could have went with that.
And I see zero references to that anymore out there. They just talk about Flashpoint now, and again, that recently just popped its head back up again. So
I'm gonna try that. And this is what Flashpoint is. Flashpoint is the Flash went into the past to save his mother because his mother getting murdered is what led him become the Flash. He went to save her, and when he did that, everything in the world changed.
So
worked it all up.
Altered.
Yes, okay. Wonder Woman, but like at Aquaman and Wonder Woman, they they were at war. Like Atlantis and the Amazons was at war.
Yep.
And it was like World War III type war.
Yep. They don't, like I think the Amazonians controlled like most of Europe. Or no, was it opposite?
I couldn't.
I think the Atlanteans had a lot of it, and then they were, they're trying to get that last big ooh la la factor in there.
Mm-hmm. And you know how in Batman, his parents got killed. What led him to become Batman? Mm-hmm. In Flashpoint, he got killed, and his dad became Batman. His mama became the Joker. She went and like that right there is one of the best story arcs. And the reason for Aquaman and Wonder Woman being enemies was they were lovers. They was having an affair. And Wonder Woman killed his wife. And that's what led to this huge war. And it's a lot of other stuff too. But like I think that's too big of an event first. I think they should wait till like the second Flash movie. I mean, they're not going to do it, but I think that's what they should have done. Did you see the Shazam movie costume?
Yes. Zachary Levi.
What did you think of it?
It looked pretty damn good. It looked a more modernized version of what I used to see in the TV show. They give it that more metallic look or whatever, but I mean, for the most part, it looked pretty true to form. So I think that will, at least in that wise, it'll work. Because I mean, it doesn't have any gadgets or anything. I mean, it's just purely a costume for the character. So I think it fits very well. It looks good. Definitely.
Like looking at it, I'm like I said, I'm on the fence because I've never liked his outfit.
Well, he was remember he's a
but that's just
character of many, or a culmination of what 7 different entities, I guess, basically.
I mean, just
there's a little bit of style from each of those characters.
It's like it goes back to what I said about like in the Marvel one where like with the costume just doesn't like look realistic, and even like now it looks like it's more geared towards like what fans would accept rather than what it probably would actually look like in real life. Because if you look at it, it's very bright, it's very form fitted, it's really like clean.
Look clingy.
No, clean, and that's why I like the Batman suit. It looked armored. It looked like, yes, this is what he would wear to do the things he's doing.
Yeah, with the years, of course, they changed up.
Superman, his is more armored, and yes, it's form fitted, but it looks armored for like fighting and stuff. And
his like polyester?
Yeah, his looked like he went to like the Halloween store. But that's me. I just don't find like the real life adaptations of costumes like that. I just never liked it. Even in the Injustice game, I didn't like his outfit. But that's just me. So sorry, Zachary Levy's. I just roasted your costume design. I'm sorry. Did you hear about
an opinion show? You can voice what you like, because some people like it, some people don't. It's just.
Will they just stop with that costume? Let me stop.
Stop it. What's this like? Batman's or Superman's costume in black? Where the hell did that go?
If it makes sense, I'm for it.
I want to see the black Superman suit. I want to see it.
I honestly think they paid homage to that with what Zod was wearing in Man of Steel.
When he just took off his armor and it was just a little suit underneath.
Because it did look like Superman suit, it just didn't have a cape.
Correct.
So maybe that was like they like slick reason of. I think that's probably what it was. Like they made him wear that suit because it kind of showed like what Superman could become would be Zod.
Okay. There'd be no way to stop
because
him.
Think about it, he didn't have a cape, and then the black Superman doesn't have a cape either.
Nope. Just got a big silver S on it. What about that series that's coming out? Was it Krypton?
I'm interested to see it.
I haven't stirred my interest a lot.
I haven't seen the trailer for it, but I'm interested in seeing it.
Yeah, watch the trailer for it. It'll catch you. It'll definitely introduce you. And then there's a few things talking about one of the villains is Brainiac.
And didn't it get destroyed?
This is supposed to be what leads up to it.
Yeah, this is prior to. I think it has. Well, it does kind of hit some modern time because they're talking about this is your destiny. So there is some references to the future, but the bad guy in it's Brainiac, and he looks pretty freaking wicked.
I want to see, are they going to go with what they did in Injustice 2? Because in Injustice 2, beginning of it, Brainiac was responsible for destroying Krypton. And I wonder if they're going to go with, if they're going to flip this Krypton thing, are they going to introduce Supergirl?
Don't know.
Or are they going to bring up Zod?
Well, I think Zod's definitely going to be in it.
So, like, those would be some pretty interesting questions.
It
Constantine
looks really
animated series. I could kind of. Did you watch a Justice League Dark? Like, I could see a Constantine Constantine animated series.
There is I love Constantine anyway. There is a Justice League Dark in the movie program schedule, by the way.
Yes. Yes.
And I would love to see the guy who plays on the CWs. Constantine, play him in the movie. Because he's more closer than Keanu Reeves. I mean, I like the movie Keanu Reeves was in, but the other guy, I can't think of his name at the moment, he is more spitting to the character itself. He's like a walking Constantine. I mean, he is good. And I believe they brought him back into he's gonna be
they brought him to the Arrowverse.
Yeah, he's in there right now, which was good. They took the series and at least saved it somewhat and brought him in, which I was happy about. And I gotta watch those. I think that's actually this season.
Back on it too. I hadn't seen past the Flash season 1. I've seen season 1. I hadn't seen under season 2 yet, and I haven't seen anything past season 4 for Arrow because I saw the last episode of season 3, and that's it.
I was hit and miss. I can't get CW anymore, so
I got Netflix.
Oh yes.
I don't like DC Heroes of Tomorrow, Heroes of Legends, something like that. Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah. I don't really like that show.
That's where Constantine's at, though.
Because if I'm watching it, I'm like, these people are stupid. Like, the characters are idiots. They every episode they do something stupid that don't make sense.
Mess up the timeline.
They're traveling through time, and then at least one of them would do something that you should not do. And it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to pin it because some of the stuff they do kind of looks like it leads to a person doing something that they're supposed to do. Like, what was it? One episode, the older guy talked to this younger dude, and it turns out the younger dude is like Bill Gates or something. And him talking to him leads Bill Gates to doing what he like that. Yes. But it's like some of the stuff they be talking to other people and why they don't kill Vandal Savage. And I'm like, why don't y'all just jump this guy, hold him down, let her stab him? That's it. That's all you gotta do.
We call it a day, all right? Come on.
I need to give it a shot. Maybe season 2. I think season 2. They have a season 2. Maybe season 2 will be a little bit better for me. Oh, what went wrong with the 2011 Green Lantern movie?
Yeah, they said launch the universe. What happened?
Ryan Reynolds was kind of miscast in the movie, but I'm not going to blame him. They tried to make the movie a comedy when it should have been a little more serious.
Yeah,
I think I remember some of that.
It was a disaster.
It was
cool visual effects. Yeah, it had a lot of cool effects, but granted, you have to remember the Lantern Ring creates what you can think.
Yes.
So you're going to have some moments of...
Like, you need that. Like, when it came to their abilities, yes, it was great. Like, when they went to the planet Oa, where the energy comes from.
The Watchers.
Too much CGI. Everything was CGI. I was surprised. Ep.118 could walk. It was just way too much CGI.
And the bad guy, Parallax, wasn't like the greatest.
He wasn't memorable at all. He wasn't memorable. The big head guy wasn't memorable.
Yeah.
they said
it just didn't flow well.
Suitability.
Yes.
And both some of the worst CGI ever.
Yeah, the parallax. Since he was completely CGI, yeah, that messed it up. And yes, the editing was really bad. Like I said, I for the movie, I'm not okay. I said, let me fix what I said. I said Ryan Reynolds was miscast. And what I meant is it should have been a serious movie, and I would like to see Ryan Reynolds play that character because he could have as a serious character.
Not anymore.
Yeah, they
He's
butchered
Deadpool now. He's done.
Mm-hmm.
He'll never go back and play that role.
Who do you think they should, if they do, because it's supposed to be the Green Lantern Corps and everything, which I don't think they should do that yet. I think they should introduce Green Lantern first, then do the Green Lantern Corps. Who do you think they should cast as Hal Jordan?
Oh, I don't know. I just saw some notes that they were talking about who was his nemesis in there. Became Sinestro. They were doing some casting for some Sinestro appearances in one of the movies. I just read that a few minutes ago. Let's see. Let me go look down here because I saw notes about Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps. Let me go see what that was. Green Lantern Corps. Tyrese Gibson has been openly campaigning for getting a role in there.
Nah, he messed that up after what he did with The Rock. He messed it up. I'm sorry, Tyrese. You had your shot. You should have did that, buddy.
Yeah, he was trying to get in there. Then I saw something about Sinestro, and I can't find it now. I must have clicked back. Oh, there's the Dark. There's the Justice League Dark. Gotham Sirens is another one that's out there.
Which I'm interested in seeing that. Again, they're doing something where they're trying to make the bad guys more like anti-heroes.
I want to see the either a Deathstroke movie by itself or Deathstroke and Batman.
Deathstroke and Batman. If they have the Batman movie, the first one should be the Joker. The second one should be Deathstroke.
Deathstroke's badass. Nightwing?
No. I think they push it. They push it.
Batgirl?
No. I was about to say Josh Whedon just dropped it.
Man. Oh, yep, sure it is. Boom. Oh, that's
my thing with DC. They're trying to do too much.
The bad thing is they keep using a lot of the same writers for all the movies instead of spreading it around a little bit, getting a little bit different perspective.
Yeah.
Get stuck into a Joss Whedon or a J.J. Abrams or a, who else is out there? Here's one of the other big writers. You get stuck with these guys and they get so dumped on trying to get all these screenplays and stuff done that these movies lose their momentum. They should be, keep some independent writers, get out there, get some super nerds in there, put these out there, and get that universe kicked up. I think that's the biggest problem they suffer.
They quit using the same people.
Well, stop using the same people so often and give those guys a break so their brains can melt down a little bit.
Kind of like
bring some new, fresh talent in. I mean, I know they get phobic about new writers, and I mean, I can't think of the movie at the moment. They went through like 4 different writers.
Majority of the DC. I got nothing.
And boom, it took forever.
I ain't got nothing against Zack Snyder, but it's like, look, pass the torch, man. If you're gonna direct Superman or whatever, direct the Superman movies. Let somebody else direct the other movies.
Yeah. Move on. Move on. But see, they get confident. The movie people get confident with their work. They know they're successful and they know they do it, and they don't want to take that risk of putting a mega budget movie out there on some lame newbies' shoulders. That's what they don't want to do. So that's why you see a Zack Snyder out there almost every damn movie, or Josh Whedon in the Marvel, or you see, it's just everywhere.
And yeah, when Zack Snyder had to step out for Justice League, who did they get to try to fix it?
Snyder.
Josh Whedon.
Snyder, Whedon, same group, same people. And every damn movie there's out there. Give these guys a break. Bring somebody else in.
Yeah. Christian Wiig, of course, is going to be the new Cheetah.
Yep.
And as I said before, I'm kind of on the fence about her because the only movie I've ever seen her in was Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I think that's where most. Well, she does some other stuff, but yeah, that's probably the one more known one that she's in.
And I'm like, I would like her character. She's got to have presence. She's definitely got to get in shape for the role.
Oh yeah, because Cheetah's definitely on par with Wonder Woman physically, but it's gonna be a rough ride on that movie.
And it said like a lot of it is. It looks like she is in comedies.
Yeah, that's kind of her thing.
Knocked Up, Walk Hard, which Walk Hard was pretty cool. I think Semi Pro, Beginning Sarah Marshall, Ice Age, How to Train Your Dragon, Date Night, Despicable Me, Paul, Bridesmaids.
Yeah, most of her work is comedy. There's very little and voice work.
Zoolander 2, Sausage Party. So she's got she was in Mother.
Really?
I remember that. Now Mother was actually a pretty serious movie.
Yeah, pretty weird too.
I need to go back and watch that.
About to understand that.
So I'm
the mentality of that movie to get it.
Yeah. Did you hear about Time Warner might be selling WB in DC Comics?
What? Disney gonna buy them?
I don't know, man.
They own the whole damn world now.
Yeah,
Star
Disney,
Wars, Marvel, Fox.
They getting everything.
Mouse is gonna
Indiana Jones.
Purses.
But I think honestly, if they did get DC, because they are taking so much care with what they're doing with Marvel, it's debatable about Star Wars. But do you think if they purchased DC that they could actually get it back on track?
They have the money, but the problem is that you're going to have all your major movies, Marvel, DC, are on one hat. And then you're going to start seeing that same commonality problem. Same directors, same people, same everything. Unless they just really diversify it and keep them as separate entities under the Disney hat. I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of duplication. I don't know. We'll see what happens with the Solo movie. And the what's the other one that's coming out that's freshly? Well, Deadpool 2 will be the first R movie of Disney ever. So,
is it under Disney or is that still under Fox? Well, no, Fox and Disney.
By Disney.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Solo will be the first non-straight director guy, newbie, and first independent movie. One of the first independent movies out of Disney's merger buy. So Rogue One was good. I was happy with Rogue One. So we'll see what happens with Solo. There's a lot of stuff going on. But guys, I have got to run. I have to go take care of and pick up my daughter who's starting her first day at work today.
Yes, sir.
You guys wrap up the show, and we'll be back next week. At least I'll be back on Thursday. So keep tuned to the Narik Chase channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. A quick plug before I leave. So you guys have a good evening. And everybody else, remember, don't forget to comment on your DC info. Lots of stuff going out there. So put some comments out there. Give us some food for another shows coming up. And with that, I'll see y'all later.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys. We are going to continue on and finish up what's left of this episode. Okay, Madam B just showed me the new Suicide Squad. What is it?
Animated movie.
Yeah, Suicide Squad: Hell to Pay. Now I thought it was going to be a live action, but I guess they're going to go with the the animated movies. And honestly, DC's animated movies are solid. Not Disney. Marvel can't touch what DC got on the animated movies.
So instead of the Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad 2 is happening in live, right?
It's going to be happening in like 2 years or years.
Okay, so they're just doing this for now.
Mm-hmm. Now they did have another Suicide Squad movie. It was called Assault on Arkham. And you know that Batman Arkham game that I was playing? Mm-hmm. It's like a prequel to that, but it's the Suicide Squad. So that was actually a pretty good one too. So I'm glad that's not going to be the same thing as this one. It's going to be a different one. And hopefully this is going to be in the.
Well, I would like to see this one.
Wait, is it in the same continuity as the? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and then there's going to be another one, of course, Batman, Gotham by Gaslight,
and that one,
Death of Superman.
That one is the Gotham by Gaslight. I think that's the one where it's like in the past, like with Jack the Ripper.
Really?
I think that is it. In fact, we have what's the Batman, the anime, the Batman Ninjas or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't. I seen a little fight scene, Batman Ninja. Yeah.
Assault on Arkham. Okay.
So I'm actually interested in seeing this. And
they got a little, I guess, a little teaser trailer out for the Hell to Pay.
That looks like Iron Man, don't it?
Yeah.
But that's a Deadshot, I believe. I don't know who that is. Oh, that looks like Booster.
Well, the voice Christian Slater as Deadshot, Billy Brown, Bronze Tiger.
Oh, that's got to be Bronze Tiger then.
Leah McIntyre, Captain Boomerang.
Christian Van Straten.
Killer Frost. Gideon
Emmerhead. Tara Strong. Oh, she's voiced a lot of the Harley.
One that got that little squeaky voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got Vanessa Williams.
Oh, okay. Amanda Waller. Vanessa L or Vanessa Williams?
Vanessa Williams.
Because there's Vanessa Williams and then a Vanessa Williams. One's light skin, one kind of dark skin.
No, we're talking about the light skin model. Used to be good looking eraser type day, Vanessa Williams.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. I would bet money on that.
Okay, look it up.
All right, then.
Anyway, we also have the C. Thomas Howell as Zoom, Daniel Ramirez, Scandal Savage, James Urbaniak, Professor Pig.
Professor Pig, is that guy that was killing? No, that's somebody else. Bam, told you.
I mean, you could have just looked up her Wikipedia page.
Yeah, I got on that from him. So I'm interested in seeing that too. Aiza, they're talking about casting Aiza Gonzalez as Catwoman in DCEU. This is a rumor that I had heard, and it's not confirmed or anything. And it's Catwoman for the Gotham City Sirens, which consists of Harley Quinn, which we all know has happened. Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Catwoman. She's supposed to be Catwoman. Catwoman is supposed to be in one continuity. She's supposed to be white, and another one she's light skinned. She's like a light skinned black chick.
Okay.
And Gonzalez, she's Latina. And I'm like, look, I know they're trying to go for this PC thing where they're having diversity and stuff. Ben Affleck has. I'm gonna talk about that too. Look, I like Miss Gonzalez. I seen her. She got on my radar when I was watching the From Dusk to Dawn series, and I really enjoyed that series. And I think she was great in it. And she was in the movie Baby Driver, even though she didn't get a really big prominent role. She's great. And it'd be interesting to see her play this character. Yes, Catwoman is not Latina, and to some extent, I think they're forcing this whole diversity thing.
They have been doing a lot of forcing these days,
but I'm open to it.
You have to see how it turns out.
I'm kind of open to it. We also have Poison Ivy, which I don't think they've figured out who they're going to cast for. I know a while back people were saying Megan Fox should. Yes, Megan Fox is a beautiful woman. She can't act, so she don't need to be Poison Ivy. So, having said that, if you could, we have already said that who Harley Quinn is. I can't remember her name now for some stupid reason. Margot Robbie. If you could cast two people to play Poison Ivy or Catwoman, who would you pick? I
saw a picture. I forgot what they were. It was because she was dressed as Poison Ivy. I don't know if she was gonna try to be in a movie or whatever. I forgot her name. Just say quick.
I said because
it wasn't Drew Barrymore, was it?
When I was I don't know Drew Barrymore. I know when they the light skinned version of Catwoman, I said why not go ahead and give it to Zoe Kravitz. She's a slim woman. She's beautiful. She seems like she could actually fit that role. And it'd be nice to see her actually. Yes, she played a superpowered character in X-Men First Class, but I want to see her play. Like I've never seen her be in the spotlight as like a main character in something like this. So I think that'd be a great. She'll be a great casting choice. As far as Poison Ivy, I'm not sure. Yes, I am. Yes, I did. I did post on this. What I'm talking about. Let me pull on my post.
It might be what I've seen. I don't know.
Yeah, I did some pretty awesome posts with this. Okay, yeah, I did 2 posts. I've got. Sorry. I've got Mary Elizabeth Winstead, which I believe she could play a good Poison Ivy. Bryce Dallas Howard, Emily Blunt, and Anastasia Baranova. And y'all don't know her. She's from Z Nation. So I'm going to go ahead and put that vote right there. Bam. Oh, somebody else voted. Okay. But like I wouldn't mind seeing either one of those characters pick up the role. What about you?
Poison Ivy. None seems to come to me at the moment. I was trying to think of like
I got 4 more. I got Jessica Chastain. I got Kristen Bell. Rachel McAdams. Can you just send me a text message? Rachel McAdams could play a good Poison Ivy. She was in Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So give me Arterton. I would like to kind of see her. Jane Levy, I would love to see as she could play a younger Poison Ivy. Emma Watson. Oh, the girl from Harry Potter. Yes, I think she could play it, but she'd be like a more younger one. I don't I could get behind those characters. It's still it's a lot of characters that could potentially play even Catwoman too. So those would be separate videos. I don't want to linger too much on them too much. Ben Affleck was asked to direct the Flash movie, and he stepped down from directing the Batman movie because Ben Affleck has got so much on his plate. The man's just he can't do everything, and that's when we were going back to we were saying recycling. Actors, recycling producers, recycling writers, recycling directors. Give that man a break. He says he wants to star as the Batman and not direct the movie. Could ask him to direct it. Let other people take the reins on this. There's so many other great directors out there that could potentially do a Flash Paradox movie. I cannot tell you who in the hell that could do it, but in fact, yeah, they just did.
Matt Reeves is gonna take it.
I read up another source that said John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein were going to direct the movie. And one of the things, most prominent movies that they had a lot of input in was Spider-Man: Homecoming. They wrote that movie, so I could potentially see. I did really enjoy Spider-Man: Homecoming. They did a great job of kind of making a very personal story for the character. So I could actually see them do a Flash. I mean, the movie had its comedic moments, and it'd be pretty cool to see if they could pull it off with the Flash, because the Flash is a comedic character. He was like that in Justice League. He was like that in the cartoons and stuff. Yeah. So I think they can work work good towards that. Ben Affleck not only did he step down as director of the Batman, they're also talking about, him stepping out as the role of Batman.
Yeah.
Which they shouldn't do that. He's a great Batman. Just give the man his role. Quit trying to add all this extra stuff onto him and let him ride on out. You got 2 supposed directors for the Flash movie. Let them get their chance to do the Flash movie. I'm interested in see the direction that they're going to go with that. Also, the Suicide Squad 2 movie has found this director named Gavin O'Connor. I don't know nothing about this cat. So we're going to look him up right quick so I can get an understanding of what he has done and if he's the actual proper person to do said movie. And for some stupid reason, I actually think I did actually look this up. In fact, yeah, I did. So he has done some things that I thought were all right. Jane Got a Gun, which was like a Western drama that I really enjoyed. It was very slow paced. But I didn't see The Accountant because Ben Affleck is the star role in The Accountant, recycling characters again.
Did I see that movie?
I did, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I haven't seen enough of his movies to actually say if he could do it or not. So I'm on the fence about that as well. We was talking about a Man of Steel sequel being a potential movie to come up, which they do need to do. Lobo, they do not need to do a Lobo movie. What they should do is if they do another Man of Steel movie, bring Lobo into that movie. That makes more sense. And Lobo is like Superman. He's the last of his kind, and he's basically a space biker. That is a bounty hunter. That's what he is. It's just a space biker. So I'm like, okay, I'm kind of interested to see if they're going to go with that too.
Let's see. What about this right here? The other history. I didn't know there was another history. This is going to take a couple of them and.
I don't know what that is. Go ahead and read that to us because I don't know what that is. Just read it.
This rare.
Like, go down. There you go.
The other history of the DC universe is coming as DC Comics. It's comic, right?
Comics.
Yeah. No, I know what the word is. It's just comics, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Kicks off its DC and DC Weekend, celebrating the imminent arrival of Black Lightning on TV screens. You don't hear much about Black Lightning.
No, not too much. I heard it was like had a really good reception when it first came out, but I haven't heard anything about it since. Which this has got to be old because Black Lightning has been out for like 2-3 weeks now, or like a month now, something like that. But okay, here you go. Go down. What does that say?
The story will analyze iconic DC moments and chart socio-political gains through the perspectives of DC superheroes who come from traditionally disenfranchised groups, including Jon Stewart, Extrano, Vixen, Supergirl, Katana, and Renee Montoya. At its core, the series focuses on the lives of those behind the costumes and their endeavors to overcome real-world issues.
Ah, man, so they're going to do this whole... it's interesting. So you're going to see, instead of actually watching the superheroes persona, you're going to see what they're doing with their lives, basically. And I hope they're not going to do this whole racism thing and sexism thing and I mean, because what are the chances? Look, I know racism exists, bigotry exists, prejudice, sexism, all of that stuff exists, but a lot of people do not experience it.
Okay, these are okay. Are they? They're not Black, are they?
Jon Stewart's Black. Renee Montoya, she's Black, I believe. Yeah, she's Black. I don't know about her. Vixen's Black. I don't know who Extrano is. Katana, she's Asian.
Okay.
And Supergirl, I don't know. Was Supergirl gonna be in the hood or something? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I could kind of see Supergirl because, like, in the TV show, the live action TV show, she struggles with like connecting with other people and stuff like that. Kind of.
Well, it's called The Other History, so I don't.
You know what? If you think about it, the other history of the DC universe, most of the DC universe is shrouded in the whole superhero thing. Mm-hmm. So I guess when they say the other history of it, the other side of the superhero business, which is everyday life. So I guess you could. Okay, that seems like a very interesting premise.
So they just took them few out, but you think they'll do more?
Yeah, they'll probably most likely do more. I hope that they don't just like harp on it too much because, like I said,
okay, but if they're like known superheroes, they wouldn't. Besides, like what they go through, the maybe occasional, just like the Batman, an occasional banquet as Bruce Wayne. He's off saving people. No,
but those are more like, I guess you could say, obscure characters. Like they don't focus on their lives like that.
Okay.
So like Jon Stewart. I hope Jon Stewart doesn't. They don't, because he's a black. When they were talking about Tyrese Gibson being a Green Lantern, that's who the character he played. But I'm like, I hope it don't be like, okay, he has to deal with like racism or cops pulling him over. A lot of black people don't deal with that. Renee Montoya being a woman in the police force. Not all women in the police force deal with sexism. So you know what I'm saying? Okay. I hope they don't do that where she has to deal with this. He has to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't deal with that stuff. But I want to go back and we talk about some things that they could do to help fix the DCEU, which like I said, I don't think it's too much of a problem in the direction that they're going. Just they need to like one of the problems with Justice League was they said that the characters didn't push the plot. It was more of the plot pushing the characters. And to a certain extent, I do agree. But because there was not enough focus, and this I'm going to blame on the studio because of how they had to cut the movie time down. Because they literally said the movie had to be like 2 hours long. That's it. And you don't do that. If you want to make a good movie, and that's why studios don't need to touch superhero movies. Let the directors do what they need to do, because that's what happened with Spider-Man 3. Studio wouldn't shut the hell up. That's what they did with Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2. They said they didn't want to shut the hell up. They interfered a little bit with X-Men, the X-Men series a little bit. That's what he's like, can't do that. You cannot do that. They were talking about the Batgirl, where Josh Whedon dropped the Batgirl movie. But I'm like, you cannot have a Batgirl movie when you haven't even done the Batman movie yet. You don't even got your legs under that movie. So why would you try to do a Batgirl movie? That's crazy.
And you said they left a few holes up in the what was that movie?
Or Just League.
Yeah.
Well, like right now, like the Flash, they brought up his dad was in jail. If you don't know the story, you don't know why his dad was in jail. You don't know what he had to deal with in his everyday life. Cyborg, you did see a bit of what he had to deal with, where he shut himself away because he feels like a freak, and plus he doesn't understand himself because he's got this element tech in him and stuff. Aquaman, they did not give you no exposition of like him in Atlantis. Like you don't know his relationship. The lady that was fighting,
yeah,
like Mira, she's supposed to be his like lover. But they don't give you no exposition of their relationship. They don't give you any indication of how he feels about Atlantis or if the people know who he is. They didn't do any of that in that movie. You know what I'm saying? So that was a problem. That could have been a good story arc that they could have brought to light. And again, they have like the Justice League Dark. And I hope that they do not disband the DCEU. I hope they continue with, because I like the direction that they're going. I like that it's serious. I like that it's dark. You know what I mean? They got mad because they said Superman doesn't kill because he killed Zod and Man of Steel, and they didn't like the the level of destruction in the movie. And I'm like, why are you complaining about this? This is what would really happen. It even happens in the comics. If you watch Justice League, the animated series, Superman be going through buildings and stuff. You think people don't die when he's fighting superpower beings in the city? Yes, they die. See, it's Ben Affleck leaving Batman after Justice League. I hope that he doesn't. And Jake Gyllenhaal probably would be a good Batman. Because I liked his role in Nightcrawler, which you really should see that movie. If y'all haven't seen Nightcrawler, you should see it too. But Ben Affleck is a great Batman. He's probably the most serious and most intense Batman portrayal.
What about Christian Bale?
You talking about could he replace him?
Yeah.
He had his time as Batman, and he can't pull off that Batman in the DCEU now, especially after Ben Affleck portrayed this type of Batman.
Yeah, okay.
So he can't. He's not gonna be able to pull that. He ain't gonna be able to. He can't play his Batman in there, and he can't play Ben Affleck. So you got to either get somebody new, which I hope they don't do. But Hollywood, like I said, I like Harley Quinn. She doesn't need to have her movie yet. Now, not yet. They need to wait.
Okay.
So I'm pretty interested with where they're going with the series so far. I like the casting. I do like the stories, and I'm hoping, especially like we was talking about the Joker. We don't need the Joker. Doesn't need no standalone movie. Should be a Batman and the Joker, and the next. In fact, I could actually see Batman, Joker, and Deathstroke having a movie together.
What's his thing with Deathstroke?
Deathstroke is just a murderer. I mean, he's a mercenary. Yeah, he is a mercenary. He's a super soldier basically, and he's a mercenary. And they've had a bout they fought a lot. But in the and this is why I say them three should have a movie together, because in the game Batman Arkham Origins, Batman is being hunted by 8 mercenaries, like hitmen, killers, what you want to call them. Deathstroke's one of them, but what they don't know is the person that issued the order was the Joker. So it would be nice to see that Joker hires Deathstroke to take out Batman. You get badass, intense fights with Batman and Deathstroke. You get more psychological games with Batman and the Joker, and you get to see the Joker kind of fuck with Deathstroke. So you got this goofy character and this serious character. So you get a bit of enjoyment all the way around. So I think that's what they should do.
Okay. Anything else?
Oh, you brought this up to me too. Wonder Woman and Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah.
You think they should?
No, it wasn't like, okay, it wasn't like, like there's gonna be one. It's like somebody just like was, when they was at the Oscars together, they had a picture of them side by side, and it was like, do y'all think this would be a badass movie? Wonder Woman and Harley Quinn.
I know. Oh, snaps. Josh Whedon is... that's a few months ago. No, I don't think so, because reason why is you got to have a good story. You can't just have those two characters together for the hell of it because the fans want to see it.
Right.
That's why a lot of movies tend to suck. Usually it's because either the studios have too much pull, or the fan is like too much fan service. If they had a great enough story, and I'm not talking about going by comics, because I don't mind people coming up with original stories. They got to have a good story.
Very good. Because it's like, okay, Wonder Woman, she's in Amazon, and somewhere she has been in America for a while, but she still has that mindset. And then Harley Quinn, she just straight up, however you want to say it, So,
and if you think about it, when you watch Batman v Superman, it came a part where they had to team up, and it made sense for those two to team up. Superman had to go to stop Lex, and then you got Batman went to go save his mom. Okay, it makes sense for a superpower being and a human to band together. You watch the Justice League. Each one of those characters had a different role, and they couldn't have done what they needed to do if it was just one of them, or if it was just two of them. You know what I'm saying? They all brought something different to the table. Even Batman was a human with all these superpower beings. He even did something to help. Avengers, the same thing. You have some people with superpower, some people that aren't. They all bring something to the table. So if Harley Quinn and Wonder Woman are going to be together in the movie, they need to have a reason why, and it has to be a reason where, yes, you need a human, yes, you need a superpower being, and plus you got to figure out a pretty good bad guy too.
Yeah, I still don't buy it. It was just something that just kind of popped.
Like somehow, that's why I don't like fans like that, because they'd be like, "Hey, why don't you have Killer Tomatoes pop up in the DCU?" Like, what the hell are you talking about? Go sit down. But anyways, that is all the subject. We is just running through this. The last thing that I actually had really to talk about is the Injustice 2 DLC with Adam, Enchantress, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I still say the Turtles do not need to be in no Justice League game. Make their own game. They have enough characters.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's like, of all the people you pick, have it to where they have their own freaking game. They have enough rosters. They have enough characters. They have different locations, moves. They have enough things to make their own game. There's no reason why you should put them in this. Just like I don't understand why Mortal Kombat had to put like Freddy Krueger and Jason and Leatherface in the game, and Alien and Predator. No, which honestly, if they could do that, they should make a horror-based fighting game with those characters in it.
Yes.
And not put it in Mortal Kombat. But we came up on that time. Guys, is there anything else you want to follow up with?
No, not really.
Okay, we talked about a lot in this video. But anyways, in the comment section below, let us know what you think about the discussion about DC movie news and where they're going in the direction of the franchise. And also be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and the notification button to get the best of what's going on the Narik Chase channel, guys. Remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do upload videos, so stay tuned to that, and we'll definitely catch you guys later. Narik and Company out.